I'm self-moderating again today, so I'm just checking things out. So give me a moment and we will get started. Might have to go backwards on that one. Okay. So it says I'm live on Facebook. That's good. Might have to go backwards on that one. I'm good. I have sound. Okay. Okay. 1 moment. Alrighty. Welcome back to the show, everyone. The Carmela Show, my Metamorphosis series. This is my part 2, and it was very, very difficult to plan on this one. Anyways, so I'm just gonna ease into it and do what I need to do to just be good. And so just bear with me. I would prefer that this be a 18 plus talk, so no young ears listening, please. Because yeah, there's just going to be some stuff that's not for young ears. And then I will put up later on to trigger warning, phone number, help support, that you can get in touch with me if you need to, just because I know how hard and scary all of this is. And yeah, I just want you to know I'm there for you. And if you need me, I'll put the call link in and you can, or a call phone number, and you can call me if you need to. And I'm here. You can also message in the chat if somebody would like to come on, and I can put you on live with me here. Let me know and I'll just put in the call in link. But yeah, so anyways, we're just going to get started here, and I'm just going to light my doobie, have some of my tea, ease into it. I have my handy Kleenex box if I need it, so probably will. I'm just going to start out by reading something that I just read. I really follow any spiritual meanings that come my way, or signs from the universe and stuff, and I look them up and see what they mean. And yeah, like every single time, like I'm not lying, like every single time they just hit the nail right on the head, and it's just absolutely dead on of what I needed to hear. So I was sitting outside about almost an hour ago and getting ready for this, and just maybe it wasn't even that long ago, but anyways, yeah, I was just getting ready for this and just breathing and just trying to get prepped. And I seen a black paper wasp, and I don't think I've ever really seen one like that very often. But anyways, it flew in to under my deck and just kind of swirled around a few times just for me to kind of notice it, and then it took off. And so I was like, that's kind of unique. So I looked it up, and it says, a fleeting appearance of a black paper wasp symbolizes a powerful call for shadow work, personal boundaries, and swift spiritual awakening. In shamanic and spiritual traditions, such brief, sudden sightings act as a sharp nudge from the universe to look inward and face your hidden truths. I'm just going to pause for a sec. Thanks, baby. He said it sounds good. I love you. I miss you. I wish you were here, but it's okay. And so yeah, I was talking about a sharp nudge from the universe to look inward and face your hidden truths. So the sighting carries several highly specific meanings. For shadow work and inner strength, the color represents the subconscious and hidden fears. The wasp is asking you to courageously confront the parts of yourself or unresolved emotions you usually avoid so you can emerge stronger. And then reclaiming personal boundaries. Oh my god. I haven't even got 5 minutes into my show. I'm not going to make it. I can do this. Help me, divine. Help me. Okay. Reclaiming personal boundaries. Vapor wasps are fierce protectors of their nests and territory. Seeing one briefly is an energetic reminder to protect your own energy, time, and personal boundaries from external drains. And then a flash of clarity and action. Because the sighting was only for a moment, it acts as a wake up call. It indicates that an opportunity, a shift in perspective, or a solution to a current problem will become clear to you in an instant. And then the sacred warrior. In shamanic archetypes, the wasp represents the spiritual warrior, its message to stop being passive and to confidently take action on your life's path. So, it's just really crazy because that's like dead on what I'm going through right now, and just facing inner truths and then getting ready to like share them with you guys and open up to this. So, I have all of my help around me right now in different ways and different forms. For one, my man, thank you so much for all that you've done in supporting through all of this. And even today, it was so sweet. He woke up this morning, giving me a kiss and saying, "Just take it easy today and do some painting," and just, he was so kind and so sweet, and he knew I was on my period and having a rough time, and so yeah, it's just really, really beautiful and kind. So thankful for him, and I've also got a really good friend who she's just been there like every time I need her, and just such an encouragement, and yeah, just whatever I need, she's there, and it's just perfect, and so I'm very thankful for you. You know who you are. And then like even just right beforehand, trying to start up my show, I had to go grab my rocks because I have special rocks. This one my man gave me. It looks like this like meh face, like just kind of like meh, like it's so cute. But anyways, yeah. So he found it and he was like, "Oh, I just had to give it to you," and so it was super perfect because I was just going through such a rough time, and yeah, he found this a while back when I was going through all of this, and so really, really special. And then I have my rose quartz, which is full of love and beauty, and really, really helps in this process. So I also have. This is so crazy because I don't know how to like get into this, but anyways, I'm just gonna little by little step into it because yeah, it feels like I'm swimming in very deep waters and dark waters, and I need to go through this to get out of them, and I want to share with you guys and just be here for as a support and everything. And I'm gonna put this up now just because I don't want to forget, so I'll just pop them up. And then hopefully it's not too distracting, but I would just rather have it there and just if you guys need it. So there is my name and phone number if you need to get in touch with me. My name is Carmela. And if anything triggers you throughout this and you feel like this relates to you in some way that is upsetting and triggering and scary, I get it. So please don't be afraid to reach out. I'm here and I will do everything I can to help be a support and a guide to how to get out of the darkness and see the light. because there is light. And it's just been really beautiful because now, like, I feel so shamanic and so, like, I'll get into that, what that means more, but I'm just very, very loved by the divine right now. And I know that and I feel that and I need that because this has just been impossible without that. I couldn't imagine. But anyway, I just really appreciate and am grateful for all the signs and meanings from the universe that's just been showing me everything from you're doing okay and just keep going and you're on the right path and you know you're so loved. Like, I've literally got spiritual meanings from the universe saying like you're so loved and like it's okay and your ancestors are okay and they're with you and yeah, it's so powerful. Like, so I'm just very, very thankful and grateful to my ancestors and to all my spirit guides that have been helping me and all the animals around me and right down to little mices in my garden and my circle. And I've got pet crows for like a couple of years now, and it's just been amazing. And I feed them, and they're my ancestors, and I believe that 100%. And I've definitely had some people make fun of me for that, but that's fine. Moving on. But yeah, I just been really blessed, really, really blessed to be able to get through all this and come out the other end being all beautiful feeling and shining bright and my talents are just taking off like crazy. Like for example, the entrance photo to my show going live tonight, I painted that and I didn't know I could paint and I didn't know I was artistic in that way. And so I'll just let me have a sip of my tea and I'll show you up close what it looks like and what it means. And because I have to go into the positive side of all this before just jumping into the very scary, dark, black waters of where we're going to go here today. And this is me and my beautiful man, so I'm just very happy to pick this cup today, and you'll get why later of fuck Big Pharma, you know. That's why my whole Cure by Cannabis show started, so. Okay. Yeah, I'll show you it, but more puff because I need it. Cannabis is so healing in so many ways. If you don't know, even mentally and you know spiritually and your soul and everything, like cannabis is so special and you know can do so many things for you in other ways than just making you a pothead. So you know, yes, it's for pleasure and enjoyment too, but like you know, it really helps get through things. So okay. Okay, so I was going through a really hard cry on my dining or living room floor, just kind of right behind me actually. And I was, yeah, just crying really hard, realizing and going through the grief of what I have been through and yada yada, which I will explain here in a bit. But anyway, I had envisioned and I could see, even though I was like shaking on the ground in like fetal position, crying, as my eyes were closed and like so hot tears and everything streaming down my face, like I could see like Divine Mother holding. Well, okay, so first I seen myself, and then I seen my unicorn, Iya, which is his name. He was wrapped around me and like coddling me and helping me and like comforting me and it was just like holding me so tight and it was so nice. And then I backed up even further in my vision and what I was seeing, and Divine Mother was like holding both of us like in her arms, and it was so magical and special. And so I had a sudden urge a couple of days ago. I think it was on July 1st. Yeah. And I was like, I just need to paint something. I need to paint this. I need to paint this. And so I did. And this is what I painted. the light wants to shine in. And then it was really unique because the girl, like, she's like perfect in my eyes of what she needed to look like in that moment in time. And my divine mother just looks perfect and the way I need her to look. And so powerful and meaningful to me, and just very healing to paint it, to paint what I had seen and felt. And so, yeah, one of my healing tips and tricks on how to move past this and then paint the beautiful side of it, of what the healing looked like and how special and powerful it was. So, oh, oh no, how am I going to get all this back to the way it was? Okay, that was like that, and that was like that. Okay. Okay. And since I'm here, I might as well bring this in. In my previous talk that I did, the first one of the Metamorphosis, which was like the introduction and the update and the announcement and all that, I had a photo of me in my yellow naked coat that I designed and made, and my Moochie Coochie cover, which is attached now into the skirt. To do the photo shoot, I was like, I need a staff. Like, I suddenly was like, I need a shaman staff. I need my staff. And so, yeah, I pulled it together and in like not very much time at all, and it just kind of perfectly came together and just ended up so beautiful. So I'll see if I can try and show you guys this one. But yeah, I've got my unicorn, I've got my crow, I've got my dragon, and then this is like a really cool old belt buckle thing that has yay yay on it and a guitar, and then all of this is like wrapped in leather, and it is like an old belt that has a whole bunch of like musical instruments on it. And then I've got my key, and then I've got my bismuth, and then I've got I'm not sure what this is, if it's glass or if it's a gem, but it's like, it was a pendant, just really special. And then I've got a couple of shell pieces, and then I've got my bucket because I'm always collecting things out in the woods. And then I've got my watering can because I'm quite the gardener, and I've got my seeds. And so, yeah, really cute. And then got a few feathers up at the top. I want to show you the bottom because it's so cute. But I don't want to like take out my ceiling. Does that work? That way? One way or the other. Oh no, it's gonna work. No, my staff is too long. But anyways, okay, you can kind of see. So it looks like a Barbie dress with like her hat hanging off to the side or something. And it was so fun because it's literally just satin like wrapped around a certain way, and then I just sewed it. And it was like a previous rose I had taken apart to sew it on and stuff. And so then I was just like, oh my gosh, looks like a little Barbie outfit. So cute. So yeah, I love it. Pretty little shaman Barbie outfit. Oh no. Oh, now I'll never wait. I will do it. It will work. It will stay. Yes. Okay. So yeah, there is some joy and brightness to it all in the end, and you will see that, and it will be beautiful and amazing, and there's joy and beauty. A couple other ones. There's this adventurine, which is really cool. I learned a little bit about that, but I can't remember because there's so many other things that I've been going through. But anyways, at the time when I got it, I looked it up, and it was like right along the lines of what I needed, and so I've just kind of kept it around me and within me. Oh, neat! There's like a dragon on it. I don't know if you guys could see that. Maybe not. No, not really. Because like this dark part totally looks like a dragon. But yeah, my camera doesn't allow like close-ups. But anyways, I'll have to like take a picture of that and try and show you guys because that's like so beautiful. I'm going to be okay. It's going to be awesome. I am not alone. I have my power and support, and I'm feeling good, and this is awesome, and I'm happy. Yay! Yay! And then candles. Candles are so good and powerful, and I have like this one magical one that I burned in a bathtub bathtub healing, and it was just like magically burning in this like magical way. But it's like the way it burned was just like so crazy, like, and then it even had more to it, but then it had fallen off as it was burning. Okay, but so magical. Oh, and then I didn't want to forget about this, but like things that make you happy, like hang on to that, and then always have those things that make you happy, because they make you happy and you need that. And so one thing that makes me happy that I found at the reuse for free was this phone. So it literally like, oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, right? Oh, so fun. That noise, that like everything, the feel. And then hello? Oh my goodness, I know, right? So cool. Okay. Okay, love you too, bye. So I like call myself all the time on the phone now, and we chat, and it's very exciting. And then yeah, we have our own fun little conversations, and nobody knows what the other person's saying because it's only me. So it's really good. I love it. Happy things. We're gonna do this. It's gonna work. It's gonna happen. We're already 20 minutes in. It's working. I'm so happy. Because you have no idea how scared I was. I wanted to cancel. I was like, I'm not ready for this. I can't do this. No, I can't do this. Like, not strong enough. Yes, I'm strong enough. I can do this, and it's gonna be okay. Okay. So, oh, I'll just share one more thing about this. So I got these geodes that I got at like this store that was like $2 each or whatever, and then you get to break them open yourself, and then you get to see what you get inside. So this one was like, oh, you know, of course you can't see it, but anyways, it's so magical and like sparkly, and it has like a stand-up zone, so you can see how it dips down and up. That's like literally crystals standing up, and it's so magical. So I should also try and take a picture of that and send it to you, or like post it up or something. But yeah, it's super magical things and amazing things. That like, wow. I wonder if I can, why not? Yeah, like I'm doing crazy things today, and then I also pulled up some like funny videos for later if I was like losing it and like so upset about, you know, everything and crying that I needed some happy time. But okay, I'm just gonna see if this will work, because I did this earlier today and it mostly worked. Okay, so we'll do that one. And then this one, because it's so funny. Yeah. Okay. So I did that, and then I did that. So I'm just gonna go here and go here. Um, Bear with me. So we're just gonna. Oh, and I'm back. Okay. I think I bumped my camera cord. So we're gonna go and we're gonna share screen and we're gonna show you guys a super funny thing and share with audio. Okay, go. Hmm. Alrighty. Well, we'll just keep going here. Out here, so I don't like that. But it's trying. Everything's still sound over here. But hello. I know, I just realized too, so I'm just gonna kind of like pause where I'm at here. Okay, so yeah, if it'll correct itself here. But yeah, maybe I'll stable my camera and restart it, like if that works. 6 viewers, but yeah, I just trying to figure this out. Okay, sounds good. I love you. That's okay. Yeah, I'll figure it out. Okay, love you too. Bye. Okay, so it looked like we were having some technical difficulties, and then now it's still looking like over there we're having technical difficulties. So I don't know what's going on here. Let me just see. I want to see if I'm frustrating, but that's okay. Just want to see if I'm still live on Facebook right now. Okay, I am. but it's glitchy. I would hate to keep going if you guys can't like hear me or see me, or if it's going to be glitchy, because that sucks. So just give me a few minutes here. I'm just going to try and sort this out, why this is acting like that. My camera over there looks glitchy, but I don't know. Oh. One second, we'll figure it out. It's showing me over there that you guys have nothing, so I don't know what's going on. We will figure this out, because it's like I need to do my show. I know, I just realized too, so I'm just going to kind of like pause for it. Okay, so on this looks better. Okay, so maybe I'm doing better here now. I just looked on my phone. Like, okay. Okay, we might be okay. Just let me confirm. Confirm. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're back. I'm so sorry, everybody, about that. Okay. Ah, way to throw a wrench into things. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, it looks good to me on here, and then let's just confirm we're still running on Facebook. And yeah, it looks like we are. Okay, okay, I'm just gonna keep going and make sure we get to the end, because like, I don't want this to stop. Okay, so here we go. I'm just gonna give myself a quick hug first. Okay. I use some of my special perfume. I made this perfume, and it has like special things in it, and there's a couple things that like keep away evil spirits and stuff. So, okay, okay. So there it is. Um, back in about 2016 or 2017, I was in Toronto and was scheduled for a surgery, a laparoscopic one to do with my endometriosis. This would have been my third surgery and my last. It I can't remember exactly when it was. I could track it down probably, but I believe it was in June. So just about 10 years ago, or about 10 years ago. And I remember, like really trusting that doctor. He was a young doctor, gynecologist. And I used to go in for like hormone shots of Lupron with him and stuff. And so I don't know, I felt comfortable around him. I trusted him. He was my doctor, so my surgeon. So I went in for surgery. They just before they put me under, I remember being in surgical room, I guess. It was big, like a big room. And I remember the doctor talking to me, and then I remember like a bunch of other people introducing themselves to me, like the anesthetic and maybe a couple students or something. Like there was like 7 people in the room, and I don't know. It was kind of weird to me afterwards. I was like, why would you have to introduce yourself to me? But like, okay, whatever. Anyways, and then I went under, and then when I woke up, I remembered a couple of weird things, but it never really connected until later. So I remember waking up with a pad on, and it was wet, and I was like, why? Why is this? I don't know, like I don't remember waking up really from other surgeries that it was like that, and so I just like, okay. Anyway, so then I went, I'm laying there in recovery room, and I remember like such pain in my shoulders here, like in here, and like almost like I was wearing like a seatbelt on both sides or something, and was in a really bad car accident, and just woke up from like being out or something. Like that's what it felt like. And then I also remember my like entire pelvis just hurting and aching. But like I thought it was just part of the surgery and that was normal or whatever. And then I remember I remember because it was a laparoscopic surgery before and other laparoscopic surgeries I've had. I remember asking or getting pictures of the surgery, and they show like in the inside and what it looks like and what they're cauterizing and burning out, blah blah blah, that they say. And then, so with this one, I remember asking for some photos of the surgery, and he looked at me and was like, "Oh, like we didn't know you wanted any photos. Like we would have taken photos if we would have known. Like we didn't know you wanted any. Like we didn't take any." And so at the time, like I just kind of brushed it off, like I did with everything, like the wet pad and everything, and me being wet down there and like all of it. I just kind of like no pictures, okay, whatever. Like I just brushed it off, like it was nothing. And like always kind of wondered about those things, and was like, well, I don't know. It was that's kind of weird. Like why did that? Why was it like that? But anyway, and just kind of move past it. Like I said, like this is 10 years ago, so. Sorry, I'm just sweating. I'll be okay. My armpits are crying for me. I cried so much earlier today. I was just like, oh my goodness. I don't know how I'm going to do this. But anyway, okay, so continuing on. So I, so yeah, I just kind of blew it off and just didn't really think much about the answers that were given to me about certain things. Or, I didn't really ask about why was I wearing a pad or whatever. Like I just thought, oh, I don't know what I thought. Like, you're doing a laparoscopic surgery, which is like you go in through your belly button and you do an incision here, maybe, and then you're looking around with like cameras and like tubes and stuff like that, right? So, like, why were my panties off in the first place? Like, basically, I guess. Like, but I never really put two and two together and thought about it, and like, I don't know, like, and so, anyways, life goes on. So about I don't know, like 3 years ago or something like that, roughly, like a couple of years ago anyway. This was before me and my man were sober. we used to hang out together, just the two of us, and just have a good night and party, and just just talk, or just do things together or whatever. But yeah, a lot of times we would just talk and go in deep and blah blah blah. But anyway, so this one time we were hanging out, and yeah, like I said, this was a couple years ago, and I suddenly, like, I don't know what happened. Like, I just suddenly got like this inner self, like, download, like, from it felt like my soul was like telling me like this story. And I was like, what? Like, what? Like, anyway, I'm going to relight this old one because I should have rolled more for me. I didn't realize I was like, need more, do we? Anyway, so my inner self, my inner soul, in my book, her name is La, because we have car, me, La, and me is the one writing the book, and the now, and car is my past, and La is my future, and my soul, and everything. So La is trying to let me know something while I'm like in a state of like drugs and alcohol, and like and not in the right mindset, I thought, to like take this. But I guess she was like, yeah, you need to hear this, you need to see this, you need to know this. And so basically, oh, thanks, baby, I love you. Um, so basically, my inner self was like, um, something happened to you at that surgery. And I was like, what do you mean? Like something happened to me. Like, I don't know. And then my inner something happened, like, and just enough, like, for me to like, something happened, like, and I knew something happened from then on. And then the weirdest thing is like, yeah, like, something happened. So I had to kind of just face that on my own. And with my man, he was there and holding me while it was happening to me, and it was downloading, and I was like freaking out and telling him what was happening, and he was just like, what? But anyway, so from then, like, I just kind of had to like hang on to that, as in, like, how am I ever supposed to prove that to somebody? How am I ever supposed to say, like, by the way, like, something happened in my surgery? How am I supposed to sue them? Like, fuck big pharma. Okay. Anyway, so, but wait, there's more. So this goes on for a couple of years, of me just knowing that something happened, and like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, just keep that to myself? Like, how am I supposed to just come out to the public and be like, by the way, when you go under for surgery, watch out that they don't do nothing to you? Like, that's not supposed to happen. Like, I literally, I question to this day, like, did I consent to something on a form that they don't tell you about? And they like, by the way, this is in there as a clause, like, we can do whatever the fuck we want to you. Like, but anyway, so, okay. So this goes on for a couple of years of me knowing that and not really knowing what to do with that. And then up until around the end of April, I was I was not doing good. I was feeling so, like, this April. So yeah, it's been a couple of years since I was made aware from my soul that something happened, and da da da. And then I just literally, I don't know, like, I feel like I got these horrible feelings more and more and more, to the point that I was ready to leave my man, like, because I was like, I don't know, like, I just feel so unworthy, and I just know it's not you, so like, I'm tearing you down, like, I don't want to take you down, like, so I'm gone, like, and he's like, what? Like, and then, like, oh, he was just such a sweetheart coming back to me after all that, and just, yeah, like, and I was like, you didn't do anything wrong, it's all me, like, it's fine, like, but anyway, so basically, yeah, I was having such feelings of unworthiness. I couldn't move forward in life. I didn't know what my purpose was. I didn't know what I was supposed to do or supposed to be, or how to love myself, how to, like, what that meant, even, like, what how I felt this person inside me that was against me all the time, and just like, I wasn't on the same page, and it just felt ripped and torn within me, and I just couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out, and I couldn't figure it out, and I was crying out like around mid-April and stuff. Like I was literally crying out and just like, please, like, why can't I love myself? Please show me, like, show me why. Like, how come I can't? Like, there's got to be an answer to this. Like, what is the answer? So, the end of April, I can't remember if it was like the 24th or the 27th, somewhere around there. I had met this person and we were doing a job together and we were driving and stuff, and then we ended up in this area where my friend lived, and we were going to go for lunch. And so she was like, oh, I want to buy you lunch. And I was like, well, let's pick up lunch and go to my friend's, because I haven't seen her, because we're in a different town and like we don't see each other very often. And so she was like, okay, let's do that. And, anyways. And so this woman, I'll tell you, so she literally like came into my life and then left my life within like a couple weeks. And so like, I don't even know if I'll share her name. I might just call her Jay. But anyways, this person was basically, before I met them, I was told that like, oh, you'll be working with this person and they're coming to town and blah, blah, and they, don't worry, you'll get along with them. They're a psychic medium. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know what that means, but like, why do I suddenly get along with them if they're a psychic medium? Cause I was like, I'm not a psychic medium. Like, okay, like, do I need one? Like, what does that mean? Anyway, so yeah, it was just kind of interesting to me that happened like that. But anyway, so this psychic medium, we'll call her Jay, me and Jay go to my friend's house, and we have lunch and everything brought with us and stuff. So we get in the door, and I'm pretty sure we just kind of like put our stuff down, and Jay says some stuff or something. Yeah, she says like, I need to tell you something. I need to tell you something. And she's really like urging to tell me something. And okay, just before this, I had taken some mushrooms, which plays into this a little bit down the road. But anyway, so yeah, just beforehand, she was like, oh, I have some mushrooms. I was like, oh, I need mushrooms. Like, I've been out of them for a while. And she was like, oh, here you go. I was like, cool. So like just before as we got to my friend's house and just pulled up, I was like, oh, actually, I'm going to pop some of these, because like we're on a break and everything. And yeah. And I think we were done for the day after that anyway. So yeah, I was just like, cool, take some mushrooms. And I just took a little bit like I do normally, microdosing. So we go into the house, and Jay is saying over and over, like, I need to tell you something. I need to tell you something. It's really big. Like, it's really, I don't know how to tell you this. Like, and so my friend, whose house it is, she's like, oh, well, should we go into our special room here? And, and maybe, and she was like, yeah, like, let's do that. Anyway, so then they look at me and they were like, do you accept? Like, do you want? And I was like, yeah, like, what? Like, tell me what you need to tell me. Like, anyways, and so we go into the room, and she looks at me, and I'm trying to think if I was sitting already. I think I was. But anyway, so it's got it all set up with pillows and stuff. It's really nice. Anyways, and so they were like, how do you want to be? Like, sit down or whatever. And so I like sat down, and my friend was behind me and like holding me and stuff throughout the point. But anyways, basically that's just our position. And then Jay was standing and above us. But anyway, so she looks at me and basically says, I can see it, or something. Or she goes, I see it all over you. Like, and she goes, what you are trying to validate within yourself is real. And she basically like said that in a certain words. And so I just looked at her and I was like, what? Like, and then she goes, what you think happened, it did. And I was like, are you talking about the hospital? And then she was like, yes. And I was like, I just met you. Like, how do you know any of it? And then, so yeah, we just kind of like went a little bit deeper, and I just started bawling and like, just, oh my goodness. And she just, yeah, basically validated the entire scene for me. And then kept asking how many times, like, and I was like, what? Like, and so later on, like, I went back to her and I was like, do you mean how many people? Because I went more inward on my own. And I like, yeah, like there was 7 people there. And the surgery was only supposed to be 2.5 hours. And it was 4 or like 4.5. And then with all the signs and symptoms of coming out of that surgery of like wet pad and wet down there, and then feeling like I was in a car accident because I was probably strapped down, and then over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And like just like yeah, I said to her, do you mean how many people, like, or whatever, like, and she goes, how many times, like, and so that plays into later on, and I'll save more of that for other shows because but wait, there's more. Like, so fun. But anyway, I'll I'll say this because I asked one of them. It was either my friend or the other one, and I asked, "What does this mean? Does this mean that like I did something wrong in like a past life, and this is happening to me now, or something?" And they were like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, no!" Like, and then I think it was my friend, but yeah, and then she said, "This is a shamanic initiation." And like when children are like abused sexually as children, spirit comes and takes them and saves them from that moment, out of that moment. And technically that is like a shamanic initiation, and you're being initiated into shamanism. And so as I've been starting to learn this, I'm just like, oh my goodness, like a very big burden to carry, but it is very magical and special and like honorable, I guess. Like it's so, it feels so like empowering to hear that, because to go through the realization that you just got raped, like gay raped in a hospital by like 7 people over the course of 4.5 hours. And on top of it all, I am very positive within my inner self and knowing what happened and what was involved and what was going on, because I just know I was there. Um, I know it happened over and over between them all, and I know every hole was penetrated, and I know that even the surgery holes, possibly. And then, even, I really believe that there is a bigger thing to all this, and big pharma and money. And why would you, if you are already in a room where there's, like, I just believe that I was filmed and it was put online, and then this is a big pharma elite porn site, sickening disgustingness. And the reason why I feel like I'm right, and this is very true, and maybe endo girls are a target, is because I went through a lot of years of my fantasies for me to get off was a very creepy experimental doctor situation fantasy. So either I was hidden from view, and then you're doing something to me that I don't know you're doing, which is very much my mental state going, you were under and they were doing stuff to you that you shouldn't have been doing. Like, so, anyways, when I realized that those fantasies were tied to what really happened to me, I have never been so disgusted in my life. And now that is not even close to what my fantasies are now. My fantasies are so beautiful and so natural and perfect, and me and my man, and it's the way it should be. And so realizing all that, and how violated I was during that one time of going in for a surgery, and trusting those doctors and the anesthesiologists and all the other ones that were in there for whatever fucking reason. Oh wait, to fuck, like, so yeah, like I just, that's why I have that call and support number up there, and my name, Carmela. Please call me if you feel triggered by this, that you have had a surgery as an endo girl, and you feel like things didn't add up after, things don't make sense after, like, why this, why that, how come there's no evidence or photos, like, oh, because you were filming it for a different porn site, like, like, right, like, it all lines up, it all makes sense, like, and then of course they're all covered, like, how could you ever sue the hospital, how could you ever sue the doctors, how could I ever come and say this to anyone and then, like, believe me, and like, oh my god, it's all in her head, like, try to prove to me that it's all in my head. Like, no, it's not. I know it's not. To go from the unworthiness that I was feeling, that worthlessness, that disgusting self lovelessness, like, to how I feel about myself now. And that I am, like, so grateful that I've come back to myself and I remember and I know and I am here for me and I am standing in my power and in my truth now. Because, like I said, a couple of years ago, I was made aware by my inner self. And I didn't know what to do with that. I didn't know how to say that. Because I didn't I didn't know if I could trust myself. And yeah, I can. And your body's not going to lie to you. So if your body's telling you something, your soul is telling you something, you need to trust yourself. And so all it took was that woman to pop in and out of my life to say, yes, you are validated. And then she performed a very quick healing with me. And it was kind of sad because she said to me afterwards, she goes, yeah, when I was within the healing process of trying to, like, heal you and all that, she goes, I was trying to connect with your spirit and tell you to think about the idea of, like, the warmth and love of a mother's hug. And she goes, your spirit didn't know what that meant. And I was like, what? Because, like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I've always felt like an outcast, like a very in the middle child, a black sheep, of one just kind of left aside and, and just not really, like, cared about, like the ugly duckling, just kind of in the mix of it all. And, you have a lot of kids, like, you can't spend a lot of time with them one on one. Like, so, I mean, I was the nerdy geek that was downstairs on the computer and doing all my crazy photo and video editing. And oh, yeah. So, I mean, for her to say that, like, you didn't know what the warmth and love of a mother's hug was. And so I had to describe it to your spirit in another way to help heal you throughout that. Like, I was just like, wow. Like, and then honestly, my friend that just held me in her arms, like, she had her arms wrapped around me and I was laying back in her arms, like, and it was just so perfect. And that was exactly what I needed. And just, like, a release and that, like, thank you for validating, like, finally, like, I know I'm not making this up, like, something fucking happened, like, how do I prove this? And so she did, and just opened up this whole world for me of, like, this is why, like, you feel the way you feel, this is why, like, your body's been trying to, like, cry out, like, something happened to you, please, like, heal me, please heal me and help me. And then, yeah, like, you don't listen to it, like, you just, like, ignore it, or you push it down and you push it down and you push it down. Like, I didn't anymore. And I started going inward and, like, really deep. I'm like, really inward. And, like, so, so, so scary. The things that I have learned about what I've really been through in my life. And, like, it's just, it's crazy. But it all, like, brought me to who I am now and the power I have now and the strength in my voice and my, like, I even didn't, I was so scared to come on today and do this. And I just had a sewing client pick up some stuff and she said to me, she goes, I really admire you for doing this because, like, that's really hard to talk about publicly. Like, it's one thing to tell one person, but it's really hard to talk about publicly. But I told my friend and I said, she goes, why are you scared? Why? And why do you have fear? And I said, I don't know. Like, I said, I just don't want to hurt anybody else, like by opening up this truth for somebody else, maybe, because there's no way that this isn't happening to other people. If this happened to me in such a public hospital and there's so many people involved, like, of course it's happening. That's why I say it's probably like a legit online, like, evil elite porn site of like girls that are put under in hospitals and things are done to them. Anyway, I want to end on a happy note somehow here. I wonder if I should just watch a funny cat video or something, but I don't want to lose it all again and it cut out and stuff. So I just hear my man coming home, so it's really sweet. So I just want y'all to know that there is a brighter side to it all. It is dark and scary. I am here for you. Divine is here for you. Reach out. Learn about your unicorn, your dragon, your archangel, and connect with them. Just ask them to come and meet you.
You want to end on a happy note?
I'm gonna go give you a hug and kisses.
Yeah.
Isn't he so perfect?
Hey, baby. Aw. You did great. I listened to most of it.
I did a really good fat movie from you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go be in the comfort of my man because I need it. And I love you all so much and thank you. And please, please, please reach out. Please. Yeah, I'm here and I'm gonna help you. I've got a 7-step picture book that I'm gonna be doing on how to do this and what I did and how to go inward and then I'll probably make a cleanse book too and how to cleanse in different ways and heal and wash it all away and because there is a beautiful and brighter side and there is light to the darkness. So I can help you find it because I just went through it all. So I love you guys. Thank you. And thanks for the support. Please like, share, and subscribe and follow YouTube, Facebook, Rumble. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. And thank you to my friends and support as well. And yeah. I mean, oh, yes. Okay. We'll see y'all next time on the next one. Just me. There'll be more. And it'll be scary. Hang on to my phone number. You might need it. Okay. Ciao.